My name is Oshifes Larry. I'm a mechanic. Welcome to Exxon F1, also known as from Lawon, Colum, Africa.
Good day! Please, like I've always clamored, please. I know you love what you're doing. Subscribe to my channel. Love it. I beg, like be on my channel. You get the best news. I love you guys. Like, comment, share. Some of you come to my inbox, my DM to comment. Yeah, it's good, but sometimes also comment on this social media. It helps my growth. Like, share. Share, please. It's very important you share. I love you guys. Good day, all. We pray that there will be peace all over the world. We pray that Israel, Gaza, Palestine, Hamas, Ukraine, Russia will understand the power of peace and they will allow peace to reign in the world. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for coming this way with me. Thank you for coming through with me and coming through for me. And also for Philip Janos, please. I've always said it, and it will be something I always say even till next year. We need to support him. Home and abroad. Please let us support him. Let us raise money for him. Come out and do something that would help his career. God bless you all. Now, let me be sincere. No matter what anybody says, I will still stick to my guns. I'll say it the way I feel and I think it should be. I am a driver also, and I can imagine what these guys go through, because what they go through in that car is more than what we go through. If you drive in Lagos, you understand what I'm saying. Oh Jesus, you are going to see when, if you drive in Lagos a day or a week, you really know what driving is in Nigeria. And for this driver to drive such grueling race and you disqualify them, I will still say no. The truth is this: since the sprint race started in 2021, have they reviewed their rules? No, that the cars will go into Parc Ferme. When they go into Parc Ferme, after 1 hour of a session, what happens? The reason why it is called F1 is you look for ways to gain and to gain. Now, all these data were submitted. Immediately, these cars went to Parc Ferme. So, FIA knew from inception what will happen. They knew they were going to disqualify these drivers. Looking at data, they knew that because they have the data, and they could have corrected them. They could have told them, no, from what you are seeing here, this. No, they wanted to make sure they do that after the race to disqualify drivers, not to penalize the team. I think it's still wrong. It is evil. Because if they don't have the data, it is a random test. They tested just 2 drivers that they knew could have breached the rules, and 2 drivers that they knew did not from the data they have. That is smart. Now, again, look at the data they have all through the year. The funny thing is this: FIA F1, for the plank wear this year, in 18 races this year, they've tested the Mercedes and Ferrari 5 times. McLaren, Red Bull, Haas, Alfa Romeo twice in 18 races this season. Alpine, Aston Martin once each. Then the Alfa Tauri and the Williams, none. So they have data. So out of those 5 times they've tested Mercedes and Ferrari, they've suspected, because since the sprint race have started, they have 2 days, 3 practices to set up the car. So nobody in his right mind will want to breach the rule when you have 3 practices to set up. Now you have just 1 practice, and this car goes into Parc Ferme. They are scampering for time to make the cars better. So teams should be penalized, and it should be a monetary penalty, not the drivers. For me, all the drivers are my favorite drivers. It can happen to your own driver. What would you say? How would you feel? And that is the main thing. If it happens to somebody today, does not mean it cannot happen to you tomorrow. So let us be sincere and let us be straight with ourselves. What FIA had done is wrong. Yes, this team would accept, because there's nobody to mark the script for the FIA. Let me move straight to FP1. FP1 today, a lot of test drivers coming in to test cars. We had 5 drivers coming in to test cars for some few manufacturers, and we have the C4 test tire. So they are testing a medium tire. This time, all the teams will be putting on test tire for Pirelli to know how good the tires will be against next year, because they are introducing another tire next year. So the Aston Martin upgrade, they could not really test in Austin because of the short time. That 1 hour, they could not set their car up to know, so they had to test here. So the 2 drivers were testing, Alonso and Lance Stroll. Some teams were wearing flaws, error rate like that. Now, the reserve drivers we have and would they represented for Alfa Romeo, Theo Pocher sat in for Bottas. There were 3 Australians on the track for testing. Oliver Bierman tested for Haas and represented Kevin Magnussen. Vesti for Mercedes to sit in for George Russell. Duhan for Alpine to sit in for Pierre Gasly. And Adja for Alpha Tauri to sit in for Tsunoda. Now, during the FP1, Carlos Sainz had issues with his hydraulics. He had to quickly run in and fix that. But all through, the Alfa Romeo of Theo Pocher could not see a decent lap time because of the issues on his car. Anytime he goes out, he keeps seeing issues. So they had to just lift the car up and start pushing the car. So there was nothing much except for the usual suspect. Verstappen setting the fastest time. It was 9,000 tenths faster than Alex Albon, and the Williams are showing they have speed on this track. But relatively, the times we are seeing in P1 are not really the time we are going to be seeing during the P2, P3, and the qualifying. Some teams like Mercedes, I think Mercedes were doing much of long runs in FP1. The two Red Bulls were just on top. They were 2 or 3 tenths away from each other, while another closest team to them was the McLaren, was about 5 tenths away from them, and the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc 5 tenths away. Piastri on test tires 7 tenths away, and like that. But like I said, that is not the true pace we'll be seeing of these cars. By FP2, we should be seeing what their pace will be like and how fast these guys will be, and possibly who will be qualifying higher as an on pole position for tomorrow, and also who possibly could win the race on Sunday. The Mexican Grand Prix is going to be a fantastic one because there are some minor upgrades for teams that are trying to see how they can cool their car better because of their high altitude, how they can cool their car better and make their car faster. So until the FP2, I'll be able to give you more information on how those teams will set up and run. FP2 is here, but before FP2, now let me quickly give you a gist. Yesterday, during the press conference, they were asking Max Verstappen his relationship with Checo Perez. Oh, we are in good terms, the team is in good shape, everything is okay, this, that. But not quite long, Helmut Marko released a statement. They've gotten bodyguards for Max Verstappen in Mexico so that they can protect him and this and that. And come to think of it, I started looking at it like, one, Helmut Marko should have been excommunicado from Red Bull by F1, and I think it is on purpose for them to leave him. And I will still say Helmut Marko is one of the reasons the diplomatic relationship and the whole disaster. Red Bull could be winning, they are winning, but the whole disaster in Red Bull is, I always say it, Max Verstappen is a great driver. He has proven it time and time. Back to back. Another shocker is, do you know that Max Verstappen has won 30 races in 2 years? 15 last year, 15th in US. So in 2 years, he had won 30 races. Apart from being a great driver, winning those races, he has been in the best car presently in F1. Whatever has happened, other teams did not live up to expectations. So he has won 30 races. Now, a team had put him in a bad position. In US, he was good. I said it in some of my videos between US and now that Red Bull are in for a problem because most of those that booed him in US are Latinos. They are Mexican. Apart from you selling the product, you take championship. I'm talking about Red Bull now. You take championship far way more than the safety of your drivers and their mental health. Red Bull, Chris Horner, and I've been saying for about 6 months, but I love Red Bull. I love the brand. But when you are putting Formula 1 is all about championship, it's all about winning. But when you are doing that, the detriment of the mental health and the greatness of your driver, it is rubbish. People already are seeing the truth. How you are treating Sergio Perez. That is why they can boo Max Verstappen. That is why they can boo a great driver. You said it in US. I'm talking about Chris Horner now. For Red Bull, when you get to Mexico, they will love you. They will love Max. They won't boo him. But now in Mexico, you are getting him a bodyguard. You are making him say things that even somebody that is so intelligent will already know that he's feeling unsafe. That is why he's saying no. He's having a good relationship with Perez. He's doing this. We know that Max is always on the edge. Even with his race engineer, Gianpiero Lambiase. That's how he is. He's had issues with drivers and, he's still a young guy. He can be that. That does not mean he's insecure. That does not mean Max is insecure. That is who he is. He comes out to tell you when he had issues with Perez last year, he put it in his mind like an elephant and he reminded him in Brazil. Yeah, you have to know something happened. When he had issues with Russell, he told him straight, guy, I have issues with you. That is who he is. But don't put his life in danger. I don't know the kind of human being you guys are. You are putting this guy's life in danger. Red Bull, you guys are pathetic. I know if he's not there, he might not have won those 3 championships. But you guys are making, oh Christ, oh jeez, this is just terrible. I don't talk about it again. But like I said, that Helmut Marko should have been excommunicado since. But Red Bull, an 80-year-old man that his mind is low now, that is saying such things, that is giving you such advice. I don't know. Now you are in Mexico, you are trying to make Perez feel like a king, to make his race better, to make him feel like he's moving forward. It doesn't happen. These guys are intelligent. And one thing about Mexican is this, that Helmut does not know, that he's coming out to start saying those things he's saying, because I'll call it rubbish, is that Mexicans are intelligent people. They are not cruel people. They will not attack Max. They might come out and say their mind, but they would not attack him. They won't. These people are not like you, Helmut. They are not like Chris Horner. They are free-minded people. They will say their their mind. They don't like it. They will boo you. They will spit it to your face, but they won't fight you. They won't hurt him. They won't hurt him. Use your head. Use your head. Use your head. Use your old head to think. Let me get back to FP2. A lot of this Red Bull annoyance. Seriously, a lot of it. Now, Yuki Tsunoda has taken a new PU. That's a new power unit, and that he will take penalty for outside the number of PU he's meant to use for the season. 6 minutes into FP2, here comes the rain. It started drizzling everywhere, and like 10 minutes later, the drizzle went away. But about 10 minutes to the end of the session, the rain came again. But it was not much. It was just drizzling up and down, But what happened? The emergency power of Albon we saw diminished, and we can see their true pace. Though they have good pace in the car, but not like the Red Bull or the McLaren. And I think Mercedes have more pace. They are still trying so many things. I believe Mercedes have more pace. They are trying so many things. I think Lewis Hamilton was hiding a lot of things in FP1. They are still trying a lot of setups, a lot of things to set their car up. In FP2, when George Russell started setting better times, Lewis Hamilton came up and set some good times to show that no, he's not just leaving it up to a corner. And but I still believe they are running on high fuel to some points, and they are not showing their true pace. I believe. I want to believe, because tomorrow we would know. But from the little pace they have decent pace, and on the long runs, they look very good. People may not see it. I think they are running on high fuel, but they look very, very, very competitive and very, very good on high fuel run. Now, the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc is coming up to show that no, Ferrari are not out of it, and I think they will have a decent pace here, but not like the pace of the Mercedes. I'm not sure the Ferrari will have the pace of Mercedes here. Lando Norris, McLaren, I'm not sure they will have the pace of Mercedes. I think it might be a three-way battle between Max Verstappen, Lando Norris, Lewis Hamilton, George Russell, possibly, and Charles Leclerc if he can get himself into the mix for the pole position and for the race win. But on the podium again, after the race, it will be a Mercedes, Red Bull, and McLaren on Sunday. For qualifying, the Ferrari can turn up their power and do some powerful things. But marvelously, in Mexico, you may start pole position. By turn 1, you might be third, or second, or even fourth. And I'll tell you why. That long straight gives advantage for a decent slipstream for them to overtake the drivers ahead. That is the 1 and 2. So if you have a decent slipstream, even the fifth person, as in that is the fifth and sixth, could have a decent slipstream from the first and third car, or from the second and fourth car, and easily overtake them. It depends on how your car reacts to the slipstream. But I think it will be a very decent race. And for the pole position, like I was saying, I'm not sure Mercedes will want to go for pole because they might know that the slipstream is better. So I think Max Verstappen might be on pole, or Ferrari, or the McLaren. So on pole position, it should be between the Red Bull, the McLaren, and the Ferrari. Except the Mercedes are taking a gamble. But I'm not sure if they are smart enough, they want to win this race, they should not go for pole position. But by FP3 tomorrow, we'll see their pace. Because from what I'm looking at, the data I'm looking at, they have a decent pace to compete on Sunday. Now, for the pole position, I've said that. But for the second and third, I can see the two Mercedes probably third and fourth to give those ahead of them decent pole for the race. Now, for FP2, Max Verstappen, Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc, Valtteri Bottas was in the mix. Valtteri Bottas is a driver that loves to manage pace, and that track is essentially for strategists, and that is who he is. And he got into the mix. Fourth in FP2, Sergio Perez fifth in FP2, Daniel Ricciardo, Lewis Hamilton, Esteban Ocon, Oscar Piastri, and George Russell. They are all separated by 0.5 of a second for the FP2. While Carlos Sainz, after his problems in FP1, got something better, about 0.6 away. Yuki Tsunoda, Zhou Guanyu, Alexander Albon, Nico Rosberg, Pierre Gasly, Logan Sargent, Lance Stroll, Kevin Magnussen, and Fernando Alonso make up the top 20. That is the last 11, and they are separated by about 1 second to the top 10, and that's about 1.7 seconds around them. Now, I still believe some of these teams are hiding their decent pace, but on Sunday we will see how they will come. But in the FP3, we will see that some teams are wonderful, and they will come out to show their strength, because that is when we'll start seeing the relativity of what the race will look like and what the qualifying will be like. Up until then, watch out. I love you guys. I love you. Bye. Chee.
Gibor gives you power. Gibor gives you control. Gibor gives you benefits. Are you an individual or business that uses fuel or gas? Use Gibor to find the best prices across all retail outlets in your city. For users and businesses that buy volumes, Gibor gives you access to credit. Gibor also gives you the ability to track your costs and monitor expenses per car or fleet. Need to improve your costs, enjoy incentives, or track expense? Gibor is the answer. Enjoy 5% discount on your first 5 purchases when you get your next fuel voucher from Gibor. Log on to www.gibor.co to enjoy this. Retail outlets wanted nationwide.
I have a new friend in the house. We are in Nigeria here, West Africa. He provides internet for us. They provide the best internet around the mainland, and I know they are still moving to the high island and they're moving all around Nigeria. But for you to get internet on the mainland, contact Fibrad Telecom Limited. They get you sorted out ASAP. The best cable internet on the mainland. Fiber, I think, they get sorted out. We talk much about them in the course of some of our videos, but contact them. They get sorted out. Teams Gadget is for those of you that cannot easily go to the market to get your phones, your laptops, your accessories. Just place a call through. His phone number is there. It gets you the best. It's your short plug to get you the best phones, accessories, laptops, games, and other accessories for your computer gaming experience. Contact Teams Gadget and you get them for you.